Hello and welcome to Sports News. Defending champion and recently crowned African champion Egypt's Omar Assar has added the Lagos Open to his list of titles. The second seed outclassed Nigeria's Quadri in the six-game contest 12-10, 13-15, 7-11, 11-8, 11-8 and 11-8 again to emerge champion of the men's singles event. It was the second time in an ITTF World Tour men's singles final for Omar Assar and the second time he had emerged successful.
Taking them one at a time. Beautiful forehand pressure. And that is it. It is over. Omar Assar, the winner. 4-2, 11-8 in Game 6.
Congratulations to Egypt's Omar Assar. And in football, Christian Piagbara and Musa Mohammed were on target as Nigeria's Flying Eagles forced Cote d'Ivoire to a thrilling 2-2 draw in their final Group A encounter at the CAF Under-20 Championships. The result means the Flying Eagles finished top of the group with 7 points. In the second game, host Senegal qualified for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup after a hard-earned 4-3 victory over 2007 champions Congo. Senegal thus complete the list of African representatives of the global showpiece that include Nigeria, Ghana and Mali. Substitute Gbolan Salami scored a second-half penalty as Warri Wolves outclassed the debut of Ethiopia 2-0 to earn a first-leg advantage in the CAF Confederation Cup. Fringe Super Eagles striker Ogenekaro Etebo had put Warri Wolves ahead in the 47th minute, but it was a show of shame for Dolphins as they were walked over by Tunisia's Club Africain. The team failed to arrive in time for the match against their opponents following a salary row between the players and the club management, which saw them miss their earlier scheduled flight for the trip. 3 first-half goals helped Crystal Palace increase QPR's relegation fears after a 3-1 victory at Selhurst Park. Olivier Giroud, Aaron Ramsey and Mathieu Flamini fired Arsenal to their 5th Premier League win in a row as they strengthened their hold on third place with a 3-0 win over West Ham in a London derby. Aston Villa's revival under Tim Sherwood continued as they hammered Sunderland 4-0. Nigerian international Brown Ideye scored the only goal as West Brom beat Stoke 1-0. George Boyd scored the winner to give Burnley a famous win against Manchester City and damaged the champions' hopes of regaining their title this season. Lewis Hamilton has taken pole position for the Australian Grand Prix from Nico Rosberg. The world champion beat teammate Nico Rosberg by more than half a second as Mercedes dominated. Williams' Felipe Massa beat Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel to third. Former world champions Red Bull struggled as Daniel Ricciardo could manage only 7th fastest behind Williams' Valtteri Bottas. Spaniard Carlos Sainz impressed on his debut with Toro Rosso with 8th place finish. The Lotus drivers remain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado, who completed the top 10. Well, that's a wrap in sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
At least 8 people have died in the South Pacific nation of Vanuatu after tropical storm Cyclone Pan caused massive destruction. Tom Skiro of Aid Agency Save the Children says many houses in the capital, Port Vila, were destroyed and people are wandering the streets looking for help.
This amateur video gives an idea of the scale of destruction brought to Vanuatu by Cyclone Pan. The maximum rated Category 5 storm hit on Friday, bringing winds up to 340 kilometers an hour. It's now confirmed that at least 8 people have died. Earlier unconfirmed reports suggested dozens may have lost their lives. The exact number of victims won't be known for several days at least. Communication with the outside world have been largely knocked out. In the meantime, Australia is offering help.
There are destructive winds, rain, flooding, landslides, sea surges and very rough seas. And the storm is exceedingly destructive there. We also know that Tropical Cyclone Pam will impact on Tuvalu, Kiribati, Fiji and Solomon Islands. In relation to Vanuatu, Australia has a crisis response team ready to go to assist our High Commission in Port Vila. Our High Commissioner, Jeremy Brewer, has spoken to Prime Minister Natuman and offered Australia's assistance, and that we stand ready to support Vanuatu in this time of need.
So too is the United Nations, although plans to send in relief workers on Sunday is still uncertain, with the airport closed and high winds still raging.
I just met the President of Vanuatu this morning, and I conveyed my personal and on behalf of the United Nations our deepest condolences, as well as our strong commitment and solidarity to the people of Vanuatu.
Cyclone Pam is the most powerful storm to hit the Pacific island nation since at least 1987.
Meanwhile, thousands of Chileans have been forced to flee their homes owing to a raging forest fire. Chile's government has declared a state of emergency over the fire, which is threatening the port cities of Valparaiso and Vina del Mar. The Interior Ministry said about 4,500 people had already been evacuated and another 10,000 might need to be moved. Valparaiso is still recovering from a forest fire that hit last year April and killed 15 people, injuring more than 500 and destroyed nearly 3,000 homes. Officials say the fire began at an illegal garbage dump yesterday afternoon and it spread quickly due to strong winds. And the main news again. Comrade Ayuba Waba today emerged the new president of the Nigeria Labour Congress after polling 1,695 votes to defeat his closest rival, Joe Ajaero, who polled 1,200 votes. A faction of the NLC has kicked against the outcome of the union election and has vowed to hold another delegates conference in Lagos next Saturday. And Cyclone Pam has slammed into the island of Vanuatu in the Pacific, leaving entire villages completely destroyed. That's the news at 10 for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Harriet Agbeni. Have a good night and a great weekend.